After months of speculation, Marvel Studios has now announced that a Thunderbolts film will be released within the next several years. The Avengers spin-off, which is planned to begin production next summer, is expected to significantly extend the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Though Marvel has yet to formally announce the Thunderbolts cast, they have been working hard during phases 3 and 4 to establish potential individuals that may be members of the namesake team. As a result, fans may be familiar with several Thunderbolts before they even join the group.
I only ever did what you asked of me, what you told me to be and trained me to do, and I did it. And I did it well.
Last year, in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, John Walker, a U.S. agent, was introduced. Walker was originally supposed to be Steve Rogers' official Captain America replacement, but he was dishonorably dismissed after publicly murdering a flag smasher, compelling him to join alongside Valentina Allegra de Fontaine under a new pseudonym. U.S. Agent is not only an excellent addition to the squad, but he may already be one. Despite the fact that no team name is specified, it is evident that he participated in whatever Val's endeavor was at the conclusion of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If Val is forming the Thunderbolts, John Walker is very certainly already a member. Ghost was the main nemesis in Ant-Man and the Wasp, with the ability to turn invisible and intangible, albeit not always at will. Despite receiving redemption at the conclusion of the film, Hannah John Kamen's character has yet to appear again in the MCU. Ghost is one of the Thunderbolts comic book characters that must join the MCU squad. The character was purposefully not killed off at the end of her initial cinematic appearance, implying that she had a larger function beyond a single film. The Thunderbolts is the perfect venue for her to turn up, since it would allow her the opportunity to collaborate with other antiheroes in a search for meaning in a world populated with superheroes.
Well, these boots are not made for walking.
Contessa Valentina Allegra de Fontaine, played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus, first appeared in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, when she recruited John Walker for an unknown assignment. Val recruited Yelena Belova after another appearance in the Black Widow post-credit sequence, with no indication of where her allegiances eventually lay. While this has yet to be verified, many fans believe Valentina will be the one who brings the Thunderbolts together in the MCU. After the death of Thaddeus Ross actor William Hurt, who was also reported to be involved in the team's establishment, this looks increasingly possible. If this is the case, Val may serve as the Thunderbolts' Nick Fury. In the prequel film Black Widow, Florence Pugh makes her MCU debut as Yelena Belova, Natasha Romanoff's foster sister and fellow Black Widow. She has since featured in multiple episodes of Hawkeye when she was instructed by Val to assassinate Clint Barton, but she eventually refused. Yelena, like John Walker, already works with Valentina and is probably a member of the MCU's Thunderbolts. Her membership, however, may be in jeopardy after she disregarded Val's orders to assassinate Clint Barton. As a result, Yelena may no longer be a team member, but rather the squad's next target.
Enough of all this bullshit. Go to work. I have rats in the basement, though.
The Taskmaster in the MCU is a gender-swapped version of the comic book superhero who has the ability to duplicate any movement she sees. Antonia Dreykov's present whereabouts are unknown after years of being forced to execute her father's dirty job, leading many fans to speculate on whether or not Taskmaster may emerge next in the MCU. Despite the fact that many fans were dissatisfied with the MCU's Taskmaster adaptation, Thunderbolts might be the right project for Marvel Studios to rehabilitate the character. In the comics, Taskmaster has walked both sides of the law, making her a fascinating and nuanced figure. By joining this squad of ethically dubious combatants, the live-action counterpart may do the same.
That hurt, Emil.
You want me to show you how it feels?
Emil Blonsky, the Abomination, was the major nemesis of the Incredible Hulk and has not been seen in the MCU until very recently. Abomination makes a more comic-accurate appearance in Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. The character will now appear in the She-Hulk series on Disney+, possibly hinting a future for the villain in the franchise. After more than a decade of absence, the Abomination's presence in two Phase 4 series signals that Marvel is now ready to accomplish something significant with his character. His recent association with Wong reveals that he is a participant in a program designed to rehabilitate and reuse captured supervillains like himself.
Who's been messing up everything?
It's been Agatha all along.
Agatha Harkness, represented by Kathryn Hahn, was WandaVision's main enemy. Agatha, a witch capable of taking other people's skills, attempted to take the Scarlet Witch's abilities for herself, only to be imprisoned in her own mind, experiencing a misery worse than death. Agatha Harkness is not just one of the finest antagonists in the MCU's Phase 4 so far, but she was also correct in her worry that the Scarlet Witch would spread havoc across the cosmos. The MCU may be prepping viewers for much more Agatha Harkness to come, maybe putting her and her new comrades against the surviving Wanda Maximoff, with her own spin-off series on the horizon.
And I was told you were powerful.
White Vision is a recreated synthezoid created from the original Vision's abandoned remnants. After his doppelganger recovered his memory, the White Vision escaped Westview and into the unknown, his whereabouts becoming one of the MCU's most vexing mysteries. While the future of White Vision is unknown, it is very improbable that the MCU would debut him just to have the character perish shortly after. White Vision, on the other hand, may have a future on one of the numerous teams being formed by Phase 4. Given his background as a weapon of mass devastation, the Thunderbolts may be the ideal squad for him.
I prefer to keep my leverage. You want to see what someone can do with leverage?
Bucky Barnes, played by Sebastian Stan, has been a staple of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for years. Bucky, once known as the Winter Soldier, has finally escaped Hydra's brainwashing and now goes under the alias White Wolf. Bucky's location in the MCU remain unknown after assisting Sam Wilson in reclaiming the title of Captain America and imprisoning Zemo. Bucky Barnes has a rocky history with the law, and many in the MCU still see him as a threat to innocent people, despite becoming one of Earth's mightiest heroes. Bucky is in the sights of Valentina for her new gang because of this moral uncertainty, whether perceived or genuine. Given his prior courage and expertise, he may possibly serve as the team's leader.
So all this time you've been rich?
I'm a baron, son. My family was royalty until your friends destroyed my country.
The guy who tore the Avengers apart from the inside is Baron Zemo. Zemo became one of the world's most dangerous villains after putting Iron Man and Captain America against each other in Captain America: Civil War. Despite the fact that he was recaptured at the end of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, his plans appear to be far from complete. For the MCU's Thunderbolts, Zemo appears to be an unavoidable character. Marvel Studios went to considerable measures to include him in Phase 4's early roster, presenting him as a character to keep an eye on as the Thunderbolts plot progresses. Now that the character has taken on his comic book counterpart's famous visage, it seems more probable than ever that fans will see him in his full form as Baron Zemo, supervillain and member of the Thunderbolts. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button so I can feel all mushy inside. Also, click the subscribe button while you are there, and then since you are on such a clicking roll, why not click on another awesome video that is already loaded up right here. You don't even have to watch it, just let the video play at 1% while you eat your sushi or something.